So according to the sourcing report that we just talked about before, 3 of the top biggest influencers on sourcing decisions, can you guess what they are? Venue websites, 44%. Online sourcing tools, 40%. And search engines, 36%. Maybe these numbers are surprising to you. How about now we learn a bit more about the idea that planners want to source just like we search across the broad spectrum of channels, tools, and methods. So during this session, we're going to look at how you can optimize and enhance your SEO, search engine optimization, the strategies that you use to better engage with planners, and also, I think we're going to get a glimpse of what's going to come next as well. Please welcome our speaker, the Director of Organic Search at Catalyst, William Álvarez. Thank you.
Good afternoon. Thank you for joining our session on search marketing today, from search to source. I'm here to hopefully drop some SEO knowledge to help improve and amplify your organic search visibility, aka your traffic from Google search and other search engines. Just some information about me. I'm originally from Colombia, hence the weird accents sometimes. Most of the time, you're going to excuse me at some point for some things that sounds like they shouldn't be, but they're good things. I've been involved with the industry for over 15 years now, working in-house on the client side and also with the agencies. I have a lot of experience working with multicultural marketing programs, and that's the reason that I'm frequently cited and invited to participate of international SEO projects. I currently work with Catalyst, and if you don't know by now, Catalyst is a specialty search, social, and e-commerce agency within Group M. Catalyst delivers marketing solutions that are innovative and effective for Fortune 1000 companies. We're also the founders of Tech SEO Boost, the only marketing conference that is 100% dedicated to technical SEO. So now let's get into the cool stuff. Hopefully you guys are recovering well from lunch. And if there is one thing, one key takeaway that you want to grab today home and to your offices, is that effective digital marketing starts and ends with search and content. If you own a digital asset, name it a venue, a profile for your venues, and you cannot be found, there's no case in point. Because search is very prominent across different touch points of the consumer journey of today. And if you don't have any kind of presence and that is properly optimized to show up in some of the most popular platforms of today, again, you're missing out. So to show you the importance and how effective this is, I'm sharing here a quick example of one of our client partners who is a large national pharmacy brand. They had perfectly optimized landing pages, which they thought were enough to show up on Google, but that wasn't the case. They were suspecting that they were losing or they were missing out some opportunity to sell more in markets that are very lucrative, like New York. And what we did is that we delivered a very comprehensive solution where we recommended creating content at the hyper-local level so they could increase their levels of engagement with consumers that were searching in specific geographies, in this case in New York, and in a 6-month time frame, we managed to increase their visibility by 200%, more opportunities to be seen. And by doing this, we managed to increase positions for their targeted keywords from average position 3 to 1, which made a big difference. It's not the same to be in position 3 than to be in position 1. And that is more important now when you have less space to be seen on mobile screens. That resulted in an 80% increase in clicks. So that's important. Moreover, in the recent analysis that Cvent communicated, it was found that search engines is one of the preferred sources to increase findability by planners. So this is really important, keep it in mind. Also, if you haven't gotten the idea yet, search is everything today. We used to say that the search box was the most important thing a few years ago, but the search box today has been transformed because people search with voice search using virtual assistants like Siri, Alexa, Google Home. So that is more important now than ever because search is present across many multiple platforms. In the same research provided by Cvent, it was found that search engines, the sourcing network that they utilize is the preferred method for planners to find a venue. In year 2018, this accounted for 42 million and plus nights scheduled through the system that accounted for $16 billion in total of sourcing. So this is massive. This is really interesting. So now I've been talking about the greatest things about SEO, the benefits of it, but we haven't talked yet about what is it in essence. So SEO is an art. It's not easy to do overnight, but it's great because it allows you to optimize your pages and your content to be found. You cannot be seen for things that you don't have. You cannot be found for content that you don't have. So you have to consistently create content that is engaging and is interesting for your audience. Ultimately, you want to have visibility because you want to get more clicks and more conversions. So there's a myriad of search engines out there, being Google, the tier one, and the mother of all of them, but there are variations according to the different regions around the world, where there are other search engines that are equally important as Google. And there are others that are really important with specific industries and verticals, like the Cvent Supplier Network, or Yellow Pages for other type of local listings, etc. This is a simplified version of the anatomy of a search result. It's been said that today Google has around 100 different types of search results for the same search at any given time per day. That is really interesting. That means that everybody is seeing something different for the same type of search. So I'm saying this is a simplified version because we used to have 10 blue links in the search results pages, and that's changed a lot in the most recent years. So the top results is a pay-per-play. It's also known as paid search, or SEM. It's an auction. The blue area is the organic search results, which have been displayed at the bottom of the pages more recently, given to the ever-changing nature of the search results. And the red area is a hybrid. It's an example of local listings when there is also an auction. So you have to optimize your landing pages to have a presence here in the map, but you can also pay to be shown in the map. In addition to rankings, in the old-fashioned way, there are rich experiences within Google today. If you want to buy a ticket for an event, you're going to see that you can see the pricing information, availability, the times of the show. If you want to find out about how to boil an egg, which, by the way, you don't have to search, I can tell you that. You can see like step-by-step processes on how to do it, images, videos. You can see features of a device in the case of products, and a carousel with videos that are relevant to the search that anyone did at any given point. This is important. You can actually bring interactions and actions directly in the SERP. People searching for a room in a hotel can go and click on the book a room button and can do it straight from the mobile. They don't even have to go to the Google search results or to the page that is promoting in the search results. And search goes beyond those type of results. Local listings, of course, is the main on the core topic today, but you can have your applications, your mobile applications indexed, so they are just one click away to provide a different experience on the mobile. As I said before, YouTube is the second largest search engine in the world. For visual marketers, this is really important. And Amazon has become, as it used to be, but it's now more important to optimize for in terms of e-commerce. So how does this work? What is happening in the back of all this optimization process? Again, it's very simple to explain. It's very complex given the nature of the algorithm that Google uses to rank the pages. You have to have perfectly optimized pages in order to prevent any kind of technical issues that are gonna be an obstacle for Google to crawl the pages. Once they manage to get to your content, they're gonna score them based on different criteria that they use. They use a manual system and an algorithmic system that allows them to score your pages. And then, consequently, your pages are gonna be shown depending on how relevant the search term the user used in the search box is based on intent. So how is the organic search channel different from the rest? It's always changing. You can never stop it. Like a paid search campaign, you can do it, and then you can resume. Once you start the optimization process, you have to keep it going, and you have to keep growing, and you have to be innovating in the same way that Google is bringing innovation to the search result pages. And it's supposed to be an incremental process. So never stop it. And some people say that there is no cost per acquisition, but of course, once you have the rhythm identified how you convert with your visitors, you can certainly estimate some type of cost per acquisition model. In a nutshell, these are the three SEO pillars of SEO. They have not changed, but they have been modified and they have become more complex given the way that Google scored the pages. Discoverability being the bottom of all. They all work in tandem. There is not one that is more important than the rest. And different websites have different challenges depending on the stage of their pages, how they're built, how the content is performing, and how popular their pages are. Authority is acquired in the form of inbound links. If you have a perfectly designed website, but no one is talking about it, you don't have any kind of authority because you are not a reference. And relevance has to do with the quality of the content. I think that there's something very consistent about the different topics that have been covered to date in the presentations, which is high quality in the content. Google has a different way to score that, and we're going to talk about that in a few seconds. So relevance. I said before, Google attempts to reply or to show results based on how close the match of the term is to the information on your pages. But they have realized that if users land on your pages and they don't complete an action, that page is really not relevant. So if you have a book a room button, if you have a form, a game, any type of interaction, and they realize that repeatedly you are not getting those conversions, your page is going to be scored low over other pages that offer the same kind of information but are more engaging. Google has a way to determine who writes the content. So if you're talking about food and you decided to automate the process using bots, they're going to realize that there's no one who is an expert in food writing behind it, and your pages are not going to carry the same type of weight. So working with people who are well-known influencers, real influencers, is a key role in having your content developed to get the right amount of relevance on the pages. This content, of course, has to be supported by great data. It has to be written in language that everybody understands. Don't or avoid trying to use fancy terms on your pages, like calling unicorn meat something that is supposed to be like frozen yogurt. It doesn't make any sense because nobody's searching for unicorn meat on Google. They want real products. It is what the audience is looking for, and it's in line with your brand objectives. In order to identify what you should be writing about, you can use this methodology, which is a simple keyword research or a key phrase research, where we're going to pick and we're going to buckle phrases together that are thematically connected. And we're going to identify that there is search demand using specialized tools to make sure that the keywords that you're going to write your content for have search demand. You don't want to write content for keywords that people are simply not searching for. And we use different methodologies to identify these keywords. Your competitors, your own pages, Google Analytics, Omniture, research that you hire to third-party companies. Anything that allows you to identify audiences is a rich source of key phrases that you can use to inform your content development process. This is, again, another example of how your search results look like in Google search results pages. A common pitfall for websites is not optimizing their title tags or their page titles. Is the first line that you see here in purple is the content of the page. Again, you have to communicate, in your case, the location, availability if it's possible, and an attribute of the content you're promoting, but don't write fancy names there with keywords that are not relevant for your audience. When you write your URLs, use a neat structure, a hierarchy that communicates the content of the landing pages, so people can be certain about the click intent, and you can increase your click share. Schemas is about the structure markup on the pages that indicates the rating of the content, how it has been observed by other people who use the service and how they score it. That gives a good clue, and you can embed that information in the search results. Of course, the description, which is an extension of the invitation that you write in the title tag. So make sure that you connect with your developers to allow for all these fields to be completed in the content management system. And if not, you have to fix it. They have to be available so you can optimize your title, your body, text in the images, not in the design, but in the metadata of the image. And that you build your navigation of those targeted keywords in plain text in HTML. So, discoverability. We usually run a process where we assess the pages from a technical perspective, and we want to make sure that they are accessible. Beyonce got a lawsuit recently because her website was not compliant with accessibility. So don't be that Beyonce, please. Also, if you optimize your pages for accessibility, you make them compliant, it's going to be so much easier for Google to digest and crawl information and index it very easily. It has to be easy to understand. When you give trouble Google in trying to find your information, they just skip your content and they go to the next. And you're using something that they call crawl budget, which is telling them you're making bad use of my time. I'm going to continue to the next. Make it easy for them. We do that by discovering those issues in the site assessment. The user experience has to be impeccable. Don't make it a mess. On performance, your pages have to load very quickly. If you want to be impressed by that number, your pages have to load under 1 second, not 2, not 3, under 1 second, in order to have prominent visibility on Google search. So, as I said before, our job as experts in SEO includes assessing how your website can be found, the performance of your pages, how they render, if you're using new technologies like JavaScript, what are some workarounds that you can take in order to make them crawlable and indexable and be found. The information architecture makes sure that your website is organized into proper categories, that you don't have millions of pages that don't belong to any content unit. Make proper sections, topically organized, and create connections between them, but make it simple for users to navigate. And authority is It's not simple, it's very complex. In the past days of search engine optimization, you used to buy links to order from third parties. Now you just focus on writing great content, because great content is going to give you those votes of trust from external websites. It's very easy. When you write content that is of a high quality, it's going to get shared, it's going to attract those links naturally over time, and you're going to create that nice link equity that is going to help you in time to get your content in front of more eyes. And make your content original. Don't copy and paste across multiple properties, because Google detects when you use duplicate content and hides your content if it's already in another page. So just to wrap it up, some quick tips. I'm going to be around for the rest of the afternoon if you guys have any questions. But if you want to rank for a term like meeting venue, as I said before, make sure that your content is available and visible through the title tags, the meta descriptions. Those are the very basic things that you can do before you engage on advanced SEO development. Publish content, promote it, make sure that gets seen, that gets liked, shared, syndicated. Develop evergreen content, seasonal content. Rely on experts for that. Do not use interns. If you use artificial intelligence to create your content in mass, do it in the right way. Create dedicated landing pages for specific campaigns. If you're going to launch a special event, always have the content available. Don't assume that people will be informed through social channels or flyers. No, you have to create dedicated landing pages that contain the targeted keywords for the specific event. And identify personas so you can tailor the message and get the right keywords to inform the content development process. So thank you, and again, I'll be around if you have any questions or quick help with any challenges that you have in terms of SEO.